What's going on, guys? We're in third and one. We got Tim. We got Josh. Let's go.
You know, hold on a second. Cooper, the Giants did get better, Cooper. We're not going to argue from last week, all right, Cooper? Relax. All right. Tell Dominic and Nick I'm talking with Josh right now. They don't have to get on me. He'll get on me later, all right? Bye. Then Cooper. Now, but here's the thing. We got a lot of training camp stories, Josh, going in, which is, thank God football is back. You know what? I got one interesting one. The Seattle Seahawks. Did you hear about Cam Chancellor holding out for more money? This is their Pro Bowl safety. This is their enforcer. He wants more money. So now Seattle's going to training camp with Michael Bennett wants to be paid like a top lineman. You have Russell Wilson, who declined, I believe, a $21 million deal. He wants to be the highest paid quarterback. And now you got Cam Chancellor, who I think wants to be a highest paid safety. That's big in Seattle right now.
That's pretty huge. I just saw that news about Cam Chancellor today. Perfect timing, doesn't it seem? Right before camp opens up, let's just bring this little topic up.
Yes.
Put it on the table in front of everybody. Seattle. This is what they've done well the past few years. They've been able to draft well, put pieces together, and budget their salary very correctly with all their players that they've had. Now you come to a point where you got one of the best QBs in the game, and you got one of the best safeties, if not the best safety in the game. And they're both looking for big paydays.
Right.
Now it's time for Seattle to sit down and decide, is the more value in more value in Wilson as a Q or more value in Cam as a safety? Obviously, I know this is a QB-driven league. I feel you have to pay Wilson. You have to keep him in the mix. He's exactly why Seattle's been clicking the way they've been clicking. I think he's 36-12 since his arrival in Seattle, and before that they had a losing record with pretty much the same core of a team. While Chancellor's a huge piece in how that secondary clicks with Seattle, if he's demanding too much for your taste and what's comfortable for your front office, you have to let him either walk or you have to tell him, play this year round. We'll see, how next year goes and what we can afford. But I'm not sure. Is his contract up at the end of next year and he's bringing this situation up?
I think he has because the contract was his contract right now was 2013, and I believe it was a 5-year deal, deal. So this year he's scheduled to make $4.55 mil for what they said today. So I just think that he's comparing his contract to the next safety and saying, well, I want more than that. But the thing is, you already got Earl Thomas, who I believe is the best safety in the league, making that kind of money. And then also Eric Berry is a free agent coming up this season. And, thank God for him. He's back he beat cancer. He's playing for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's allowed to practice and play. But I'm going to tell you this. He's going to command some good money. He's a young safety. If he plays pretty good this year, coming back very strong, that's going to be some competition in the safety spot.
It's hard to say, too, because safeties are so scarce in the league. Good safeties are. The Giants, they're struggling to find. I mean, we're lucky enough to have traded up for Landon Collins. I'll tell you that much. Because us alone, we're skim pickings right now in the safety department. It's going to be real interesting in camp for us, Giants specifically. Just using them as an example about safeties, because I know other teams, it's hard to it is really hard to find a good safety. They're pretty much like the captain of the backfield. They have to know routes. They have to know how to play call. They have to audible just like a center does. It's a lot of work, and it's a position that's scarce with real good talent.
Well, but speaking of Landon Collins, the one thing I always, as a Cowboy fan, I always pay attention to the NFC East to find out what's going on with the competition. And I will say this about Landon Collins. He's coming from a great school in Alabama, great coach in Nick Saban. I know last week we were going back and forth with Cooper. I'm not making. I know he's a safety that he won't do that good in single coverage. But I'm gonna tell you this. I will say this. There's a certain man who passed away a couple of years back, who played for another rivalry team in the NFC East, and Sean Taylor. I'm not rest in peace. I'm not saying he will be the next Sean Taylor. I think Sean Taylor would have been the best safety ever if he would have had a longer career. But Landon Collins has the attitude to get better. He will make a woo hit to set that defense up, the height. That's the one thing I like about Landon Collins. The thing is, he wasn't picked so high because everybody wants a safety who can cover, who can read. If they do something good for this guy, he could be like a Sean Taylor or like a Brian Dawkins guy. Brian Dawkins blitz a lot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Spagnuolo loves to blitz. He loves to blitz. So I think Landon Collins will be okay if you put him in the right situation.
Yeah, I think Spags was also a big fan of the 2-3 set safety, also, or safety set, I should say. So that'll be interesting to see how he works that out. I mean, after Landon Collins, our safeties are pretty much no names to the rest of the NFL. Cooper Taylor, you don't know who that is. You got Nat Burhay, just drafted last year out of San Diego State. Don't really know who that is, you know. We got somebody else back there. Oh, Michael Thompson, we just drafted out of Texas. So, you know, pretty young people back there, and we're banking on Landon Collins to come out as our starting strong safety, I believe. It's going to be interesting, though. I mean, especially with, I believe, like what you were saying earlier, though, with Cam Chancellor, he probably has a 3-year contract, and his 4th year is probably to opt out. So that's probably why he's demanding more money at this situation. It's interesting, though, and yeah, like you were saying earlier about Eric Berry, that's amazing. I hope he progresses slowly. You know, it's going to take a lot of work. I think he was just on SportsCenter today talking about, like, you know, just giving myself daily goals of, like, doing 5 push-ups and everything. It's going to take a lot for him to get his physicality back and everything.
Yeah.
So is there anything you're watching specifically for in the first, like, couple weeks of training camp for your squad or any other squad?
Listen, my Cowboys, listen, first of all, Greg Hardy, is he going to appeal it? They're saying he's leaning towards appealing to drop the 4 games down to either 2 or none. I'm also looking at Jeremy Mincey, who I'm very pissed off at because now he wants to hold out. He wants more money. I don't agree with that, but he's very important for that rotation, especially when you got the Giants playing week 1, and especially where Greg Hardy might not make the trip because we also missing Rolando McClain. So I'm not really happy about that. But you know, Romo's back, his first time he's practicing, so I'm happy with that. I'm also looking at the Philadelphia Eagles with Sam Bradford. Just a couple of weeks ago, they were saying at quarterback that he might not make week 1. But now they're saying that he has a 10 to 12% chance of never hurting his ACL again. So who knows what's going on over there in Philadelphia. And you got the Washington Redskins. They just locked up Ryan Kerrigan for a 5-year deal. A lot of money locked him up. I think he's a good, very good pass rusher on that team. Now they got him and they got Orakpo, so that's going to be interesting. And the Pittsburgh Steelers running back, his suspension got reduced from 4 games to 2. And I think that's going to be big.
Yeah, outside of the NFC East, I'm kind of just interested in the whole Bills fiasco going on out there. That's going to be really interesting to see who takes the helm. Tyrod Taylor, Castle, Manuel. Because that's going to be really a big impact on the Buffalo Bills defense for fantasy-wise as well. The QB is huge. If he can't keep his offense off the field, you know, if it's just 3 and outs all the time, that defense is going to be winded, tired, exhausted. It's going to be not what we expected in the offseason. It's going to be like a total 180 of what we thought. Yeah, go on. What are you going to say about Buffalo?
What I was going to say about, speaking of fantasy, being that we were talking about Tom Brady today, I think everybody knows this. Tom Brady is the best fantasy player to draft in the 2nd and 3rd round, and you sleep on it because you're getting a first-round guy. So if you're with that worm pick where you pick the last and then you pick first again, you know, you can get yourself a Tom Brady. That's everybody knows. It's no secret. Some people will forget about it, you know, but that's a good thing to look at. I want to look at the which running backs are going to come out of the rookies, like Todd Gurley with the Rams. Do you think the Rams Do you think they're right? I think so.
I think he's got a real good chance to succeed there. One, because they really didn't have any set running back there last year. Stacy started out as the favorite. Then you saw them go through like a three-headed monster between him, Cunningham, and Trey Mason. So Trey and Cunningham seemed to blow it up a lot more than Stacy was. Then they started starting Mason and Cunningham more over him as a duet. So Gurley, I mean, I don't think Cunningham or Mason really set themselves in stone as the number one. Gurley's got a great opportunity to come in there in a young offense with Nick Foles and pretty much profile himself in that set offense along with Kenny Britt and Gibbons and their young receivers that they have. They're a young squad. I think they're getting to what we view Seattle and the 49ers to be. The whole NFC West itself, I think we view as a defensive division. So, when you got to fight fire with fire in your own division. So, he has the best opportunity, I believe, like you said, out of all rookie running backs, honestly. Gurley, he could absolutely amass 1,000 yards in his rookie campaign.
Is there a player out in free agency right now that you think is going to get signed to a roster and really have a good year, make the team better? I got Wes Welker. I just don't know where he's. I'm trying to picture where can he sign with. Who can he sign with that can make the offense better?
Yeah, that's a good question actually, because you still got people out there like Reggie Wayne, but he's probably going to be more of a mentor wherever he goes.
Okay.
Then you still got high-profile guards and tackles out there like Jake Long and Evan Mathis. Yeah, okay. I feel it's hard to imagine Evan Mathis going through all of August without getting a call or something, or an invite to camp, or at least get signed somewhere as a vet minimum if he really still wants to play that bad. And he was the number 1, number 2 offensive guard the last 4 seasons, so he could be an instant impact for any team. I feel the same for Jake Long if he can get his ACL intact. If Sam Bradford's being trusted to lead a team after 3 tears, why not Jake Long? So I feel he could be a great impact at left tackle for a team as well. So I would bank either one of those two, Mathis or Long. I can see where you're coming with Welker, but I got to go. I think a lot of problems with teams are in the trenches. So I think Long and Mathis are still really serviceable for quite a few teams out there.
I like Wes Welker going to the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that will be an awesome thing.
It'd be interesting.
DeAnthony Thomas, you got Macklin over there, you have Kelsey over there. Hey, give Alex Smith especially some underneath weapons where you can't throw that deep ball. You got that safety blanket, who's going up against the linebackers and the safety going wiggle waggle. So KC, he will definitely feel good with Andy Reid in the AFC.
That's a really good observation. That wouldn't be too bad at all. It'd actually be pretty interesting to see Wes Welker in a KC jersey, though. I can't picture that. It's kind of another interesting fit, though. What about like Wes Welker in Jacksonville to help out the Young Bucks down there?
I don't like that. I wouldn't like that. I think Jacksonville.
Who's their slot receiver? It's not Hearns, is it? He's too big to be
it's
like
supposed to be Hearns. Yeah. It's supposed to be Hearns and the guy that dropped out of USC last year, Shorts. Yeah, Short. Yeah.
So,
you know what? I would like him on the Jets. I would like Wes Welker on the Jets. I would like him on the Jets, straight up. You got Decker, you got Brandon Marshall, you got Devin over there. You got Wes Welker as that slot guy.
I would like Curly though, because Curly's kind of their Wes Welker in a way.
Yeah, but you know what? More weapons don't hurt, man. A lot of you need depth in this league. You need depth. You know what?
It's true. But Decker and Marshall are some hefty price tags.
Last words.
The last word is, Sean, put down the rope and put down the knife. I know you want Seattle Seahawks to go in the season nice and strong, man, but the soap opera just started, man. Put it down. Put it down. I see it. Don't hang up. We're here for you. That happens.
I'll be good. I'll be good. We're coming for you. It's going to be
July 29th. 2-minute warning, Keeper League people. You have until August 1st to pay your dues. Get your $20 in the League Safe account. That's all I have to say.
All right, on that, that has been a great show. It's high energy, but we out.